I will introduce new legislation to the Parliament to amend national environmental law, which will give me the powers that I had hoped to have to be able to apply a much more precautionary approach to the super trawler. This government has a strong commitment to protection of the oceans. We've shown it in marine national parks, we've shown it in our treatment of the Great Barrier Reef. Today, we also show it with our concerns about the potential operation of the super trawler and its impact on bycatch. What that new section of the Act will create is the following: a situation where the Fisheries Minister, Joe Ludwig, and myself can agree that there is uncertainty about the impact of a particular fishing activity, and we will have a new concept of a declared fishing activity. Once a fishing activity is declared, there's a 2-week period for natural justice and consultation, but after that, we get the opportunity to jointly initiate the scientific work and the expert advice which we believe is lacking. While that work is being undertaken, the relevant fishing activity cannot take place within Australian waters for a period of up to 2 years.
What we've now done is gone one step further to make sure that the community expectations are met, to make sure that the stakeholders, the Fisheries Management Authority, continue to be the best managed in the world.
When you have a vessel with a large freezer capacity that therefore is able to remain for extended periods of time in the same part of our oceans, there are a different set of environmental considerations, and that's the difference.
Can you explain why Melissa Park's suggestion for a capacity limit on the trawlers isn't the way to proceed, or is that something you might do based on the advice of the expert panel?
The concern with that sort of approach is I think you need to keep a clear sight on what you're trying to protect. And what you're trying to protect here is the sustainability of the ocean, and in particular, the species that are most at risk. So any approach that's about gear or something else is automatically one step removed from what you're trying to protect. And I believe we're in the strongest possible position if we look at what is it within the ocean that we're wanting to protect and get the information and the expertise that targets at exactly that and does it in a highly cautious way. You don't come and negotiate environmental approvals. There's either a sufficiently precautionary approach or there's not. We've ended up with a situation where what I believe my obligations to Australia are as Environment Minister are not fully reflected in the law. So I'm proposing we change the law. And in terms of having a sensible approach to managing the oceans, a sensible, cautious approach to any of this sort of activity, then I think it's what every operator would expect. Marine environments, once wrecked, take generations to recover, if they ever do. A precautionary approach isn't only good policy, it's the only decent option.